Welcome to my eBay auction of this 2001 CI Riviera 121 model. It's the two berth with the low profile roof. It's only had two owners from brand new. It has a couple of issues, foibles, a few bits and bobs to remedy, fix up. It's certainly a do-upper. It's certainly not fit for the scrapyard. And wait for it, it's only covered, I think it's 11, 12 or 13,000 miles. Let's have a look. All warranted and correct. 12,248 at the moment. If you can just see on the speedo odometer reading, yes, 12,000 miles, folks. The last owner's had it for 6 years. The first owner covered 5,000 miles. So the first owner had it for 12 years, from 2001 to 2013. I covered only 5,000 miles. Now, unfortunately, on a previous house move, the service history book has been lost, and the last owner has lost the key. It's been in storage, has lost the key for the leisure part. So what we have been able to do, I'll update the listing later in the week. We've wiggled this one out here, so that's at the locksmith now, and when I've got that, I'm hoping that the same key fits all the storage units. We'll be able to get a locksmith to open that up, but that's the first point of call, and then we'll be able to access the gas bottles and make sure everything's working, or go through it all. So assume the worst and hope for the best. So bodywork, as you can imagine at that miles, not bad at all. There has been a few advisories on the past MOT history for brake pipes corroded, and there was a little patch, a couple of inner sills. I think, let's pull up the bonnet. I can certainly show you a couple of the issues that have been remedied, welded and wax oiled. So we'll just pop the bonnet, stay up. Bit tricky while I'm holding a camera. So yes, the common fault on these is the battery tray, so that you can get water in there, lead acid could come down and trickle down there, and it's had a little patch of weld in there, and that's been wax oiled and remedied from there. And similarly, we've got a little patch of wax oil, so it's had an issue on the inner sill, inner wing as it were, on the passenger side. There you are. It's the 1.9 turbo diesel. So I would recommend the new owner to get a timing belt, because we've got no evidence of when the timing belt. The last owner seems to think it was done by the previous, or the first owner. Of course, it's only probably done 7,000 miles since then, but on a time basis, it's probably worth doing to be safe. So the bomb-proof 1.9 Peugeot turbo diesel. I know it's a Fiat Ducato, but trust me, that is a Peugeot 1.9 turbo diesel engine. I'll just put the bonnet down. So feel free to check that registration out online for the MOT history. So bodywork wise, yeah, she's lovely. I think the only things I would comment is a couple of these, that's seen better days. The corner piece the same on the other side. The electric step's not working, so that will need some attention. Or the previous owner has always just used that, so that's not worked for at least 6 years. I don't know whether it's seized up or needs a motor, but the last owner's just used a step. The CI Riviera stickers are just seen better days, so you can just make it out. CI, which stands for Caravans International, Riviera 121. The driver's side, some of the skirting, some of the paint has just, so it just needs a bit of paint matching up just for the top lip. Similarly, just at the outside edge. Of course, we are being fussy and pedantic for the 2001 model. We don't want you to arrive after the winning bid and have any nasty surprises. So that's missing a cap there. I'll see if I can get a cap there. I think I've got one in stock actually. Look at those seats. Beautiful. Just on startup, a little bit of smoke. Probably needs a good run actually. But it just clears. It's very difficult. A little bit of smoke there, puff of smoke, and then she clears. She's running lovely. Ah, there's a catch, or an end cap for that side piece. We'll see if that can be fitted. So 12,000 miles. It's got the power steering. Good old-fashioned wind-up windows. Doesn't look like it's ever been smoked in. We'll just switch the engine off. There's plenty of paperwork or manuals for the bits and bobs. There's some paperwork underneath the passenger seat, that's more for manuals. There's the MOT that was carried out. What have we got? Just one advisory. Brake disc worn, probably being stood up, not being used enough. Brake disc worn, but passing the MOT, just an advisory, so some stage in the future if you so wish to change the brake disc. So yeah, one former keeper, registered as a motorhome, motor caravan, all the details, and the last owner has had it since 2003. Bodywork, it seems to be all solid, everything seems to be nice and dry, except we've just noticed pulling the blind up here is a little bit of water on the inside of here. So I would say it's rock solid on the inside and outside all the way round, but there is evidence of a little bit of water retention in the inside of that blind. I've had this in the past, so I would suggest that needs resealing, so it wouldn't do any harm. I'll see if I've got time and chance before the end of the auction, but just work on the basis that that window needs resealing. 4 good tyres, as you would imagine. Nice wheel trims. Yeah, she looks a bonny vehicle. Perhaps a nice polish and some new stickers would set it alive. You decide. So it's on sale with no reserve. You decide the price. There's no buy it now price. Look on the other campers. I'm well known in the industry. Search my YouTube review channel by searching for Camper Nerd. I sell later, more expensive vehicles at campernerd.com. My number is 0798 526 1078. I will answer any sensible questions 7 days a week, 9 AM till 9 PM. What I mean by sensible, this question is not sensible. What is your last price? What is your lowest price? What is your buy it now price? I repeat, there is no fixed price on this. It is an auction. It's a very simple, straightforward formula. The winning bidder buys it, comes, makes sure that it matches the video and the picture description, and you'll be happy and delighted with this, I'm sure. Let's step inside, let's have a look. Got the fly nets to the inside of the leisure door, so we'll just use that step because the electric step's not working. There is a panel for the electric step. You can hear it says beep, but nothing seems to happen. Not sure what that light switch is for. We'll just pull the blind down there. So it's the low profile, so you can see it's got the rear L-shaped lounge that makes up into a large double bed, spanning upwards. Plenty of cupboard space. That's the fan working. That's the light switch above the kitchen area. We've got reading lights. that's just beeping and warning that we've got a low battery reading, so I would account for a leisure battery. Possibly the leisure battery needs charging or replacing. So this is sold on a spares or repair basis. Obviously it's not a scrap vehicle, but I won't be warranting it, so allow that in your bidding. As I say, it just wants a few little bits and bobs. One thing I forgot to mention, the fuel gauge is not working. So I know the fuel gauge is not working. A common fault on this is the sender unit on the petrol tank. It's normally one of two things, the petrol sender unit or that gauge, but it's generally 9 times out of 10 the sender unit on the petrol tank. Lovely carpet to the front, nice underneath. Wardrobe, coat rail. I think that's a dummy cupboard from memory. Yes, a dummy cupboard. That storage is all the gas bottles, so we'll see if we can get access into there to test it. But I do know the water is working, but I can't test the hot water, so I assume the hot water does not work, but I know the cold running water. I'll do some pictures of that shortly. Actually, I know that's working. Let's have a quick look. Look at this, folks. It is massive, absolutely huge. Large full-size shower area, swivel fat toilet, large sink, vanity mirror, light, cupboard, cupboard again behind the toilet, cupboard underneath the sink. She's lovely. Can you? I've never seen such a large, look at the size of that cupboard housing the shower and toilet area. It's magnificent. So if a large shower and a toilet is your thing, this is certainly the camper for you. So we've got the L-shaped lounge. Just mentioning the blinds all work, the windows all work. So this had a little bit of water retention behind here, so I would suggest it's either that seal there or the seal in between. So I would factor in just resealing that window, because it's all dry, all the panels are nice all the way through, there's no smells. Quite a useful table this. So all we do is that's the table, it's just got one little mark here. So I can just angle in the camera, there we go, one little indentation. And we have a lever here, and all we do is pull this lever here up, he says. That lowers down, and then that comes across, and that creates the bed area. There's a piece that comes across there, that comes forward here, there's a piece that fits into there, and that creates your large double bed. And it still leaves you some room at the side to come out of the shower and the toilet. I'll just pop that table back up. That clips into the back there, so that's solid. That's not going anywhere on your travels, but you can just unclip it from the back there, just lift it up across, and then you can got a freestanding table that you could use outside. So again, I can't get into the gas. There's no reason why these aren't working, but assume they're not. I'll try and update the listing and gain access via a locksmith to the cupboard and put a gas bottle on, but you're more than welcome when you come in to collect it to connect a gas bottle yourself. Again, the three-way fridge is untested. Well, I'm saying it's untested. I hooked up the mains lead the other day and I knew it was fridging, so it's definitely fridging on the mains, but again, I can't gain access to the gas. There's the boiler inside the cupboards, nice and dry, no staining, extractor fan pipe, storage above the cab. Oh, we've got a brand new, it looks like not being used, hookup cable What have we got over there? Not quite sure. A bag of something. We've got the foil covers for the front. So yes, happy bidding. On sale immediately with no reserve. Quite a unique example. 2001 with a guaranteed 12,000 miles. There's the control panel. I will try and hook up a leisure battery and see if I can go through and see what's working and not working. Assume nothing's working and anything else is a bonus. Please feel free to ring me with your questions. Sensible questions, not how much is it for sale for, because it's an auction. It'll be a 10-day auction. That'll give you plenty of time to do your homework. You're more than welcome to come and view it before the auction ends. We all know that these command in the approximate region of up to £15,000. And that's not with anything of this mileage, so we know it's north of £10,000. So if you get it below that, you really have done well. Anything around that, you've got plenty of margin to do a few little bits and bobs and bring it up to standard. Good luck with your bidding, and there'll be plenty of pictures on display to do your homework. Thanks for watching this video, folks.